How does Flylady work? You know, that cleaning system that everyone raves about? Well, today we're going to talk about it. Hi domestic darlings, I'm Cheyenne Bullock. I run the blog, YouTube, and Instagram Domestic Daydreams, where my goal is to help you transform your home into the safe haven for those that you love, whether you're a working, stay-at-home, or single gal who just wants to find the joy in homemaking again. Well, many of you have probably heard of the Flylady system, and while you may know that I have my own cleaning method and system that I use and have information on, it may not be the routine for you. And my goal isn't to sell you a routine, but to help you find the best systems to transform your home into a safe place to land for the people that you care about most. So that's why today I wanted to talk about one of the most popular cleaning routine systems out there, and that's the Flylady system. I'm going to tell you how it works and everything that you need to know to get started with this system. First, we need to discover who Flylady is exactly. Flylady is an online personality and organizing coach named Marla Silly. She started her website in 1999, flylady.net, and it quickly took the entire internet by storm. She is a routine that has every day 3 routines that you can go through. I think one is optional: morning, afternoon, and evening routines. First up, we have Flylady's morning routine. In this routine, she has you make the bed, get dressed to shoes, and she recommends lace-up shoes so that they're harder to take off and lounge on the couch. Then she has you do what she calls a swish and swipe, where you just quickly wipe down the counters and the toilet in your bathroom so that they stay clean and tidy. I've heard this is especially great if you're a boy mom and things trying to keep like the urine smell down. Then she has you do a load of laundry, empty the dishwasher, and check your calendar. And that's all that you do to start off your morning. For Flylady's afternoon routine, she has you drink your water, ask yourself what's for dinner so that you can pull out any needed ingredients and plan ahead, reboot your laundry, whether that's transferring clothes from the washer to the dryer or maybe folding some items, and then she has you do 15 minutes of zone cleaning. We're going to get into zone cleaning and what that system is a little bit more in a second, so keep that in the back of your mind. Now for the evening routine. As part of the evening routine, Flylady has you shine your sink, which is probably one of the most famous tips as part of the Flylady system. That means that you wash and clear out your sink of any dirty dishes, and then you go through and you wash and polish or shine your sink as well so that it's nice and clean and ready for you in the morning. The next thing she has you do is set up what she calls a launch pad, and that's where she makes sure that you have anything that you need for the next day. You make sure your keys, your purse and wallet, anything, if you have special events that you're trying to go to, any of that is all set up and ready to go. Maybe you have a homemaking binder or journal. She does either sell or offer free printables that she recommends including in a control journal, is what she calls it, to help keep you on track. You might want to put that there. That's kind of the gist of the Launchpad system. Next, you'll lay out your clothes for the next day. Then you'll clear what she calls hot spots, which is basically any of the spots in your home or especially your bedroom that tend to build up. Usually there's like a chair that clothes tend to gather on, or a dresser top that's particularly crazy, or a counter, maybe it's by your front or back door, or a spot, the couch in the living room. Whatever those hot spots are that consistently just gather clutter like a magnet and get dirty over the day, you're going to rush around and clean those up really quick so that you can start the next day with a clean, fresh take on it. She says this should only take a few minutes. And then you're going to end your evening routine by checking your calendar and going to bed at a decent hour. Now, Flylady also has assigned tasks for every day of the week that she wants to be like your focus for that day. Those are Monday, weekly home blessing, which we'll talk about a little bit more, as well as talking about more about the zone system and what hotspots are here in a minute. Tuesday is plan and play day. This is where you do all of your planning, mark stuff on your calendar, make sure that everything's up to date, and then she also wants you to plan something fun for yourself, whether it's something small and delightful that you like to do, like watching a favorite television show that day, or planning an outing with friends. She recommends that you do that every Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's anti-procrastination day, and this is the day where she recommends that you pick something that you have been putting off and not wanting to do, and you do it on that day. Thursday is errand day, where she recommends that you do any of your grocery shopping, any of the errands that you need to run, that you schedule it all for that day so you can get it out of the way and you know in advance that you most likely will only have to worry about that one day a week. And then Friday is car and purse day, where you clean out your car and your purse to keep the nastiness and grime and clutter and random trash from building up. All right, we're gonna move on to those 3 things I mentioned, digging into a little bit more: hotspots, the zone system, and weekly home blessing hour. So, as I mentioned before, hotspots are areas in your home that tend to collect clutter or become disorganized easily. And before you start the Flylady system, she recommends that you sit down and write out what those hotspots are in your home, that you walk around, identify the places that tend to collect the most clutter so that you know in advance that those are the spots you're going to go to when it's time to clear those hotspots. What about the zone system? So as was mentioned as part of our morning or afternoon routine, she recommends you do 15 minutes of decluttering or deep cleaning, depending on what stage you're in. She recommends if you're just starting out the program and you have a lot of clutter, you just do decluttering for those 15 minutes. And then once your home's under control, then you do deep cleaning for those 15 minutes. This way you never have to do spring cleaning for like a whole month every year. But the zone system is as follows. So every week of the month, she has an assigned zone. So the first week of every month, even if it's just a few days, like it may even start on a Wednesday or something like that, is entrance, front porch, and dining room. The second week of the month is kitchen and pantry. The third week is main bathroom plus 1 extra room. Zone 4 is the master bed, bath, and closet. And zone 5 is the living room, den, and family room. Now, how she has this scheduled out is everyone is on a set schedule based off of what day in the month it is. There are other ways to do this if you want. Like in my own system, we do also have a zone system, and I actually have found this zone system in a book from the 1960s on homemaking. I believe it might have even been part of the Sidetracked Home Executive System, which is where Flylady got her start. But it's just such a great tool to use. And if you want, you can just do this as like 1 full week at a time and rotate as you see fit. You don't have to be on the same schedule as everyone else. But if you're really wanting that sense of community that Flylady is so famous for, and you're wanting to interact with other fly babies, then being on the same zone cleaning schedule as them is a great idea. Now, what is weekly home blessing hour? Well, if you were listening earlier on when we were talking about the weekly tasks, it mentioned that every Monday you do a weekly home blessing or a weekly home blessing hour. And this is where you set your timer for 1 hour, and as quickly as possible you go through and complete certain tasks. She recommends that you vacuum, mop, dust, change the sheets, empty garbages, polish mirrors, and doors as part of your weekly home blessing hour. And all of this you're just supposed to accomplish once a week in that hour, and then you're done. Now, you may have also heard of Flylady's 31 Baby Steps, and this is her 31 Baby Steps for beginners, which is what she recommends every beginner start with, where there's just basically 1 focus a day to get you started and into a routine. You can look those up on her website. Personally, I recommend that you start with maybe the morning routine and the the weekly tasks, and you focus on those, and you just do 1 task, maybe 1 day, then you add on another task on the second or third day, and then you add on another task. Or you can even start by just doing 15 minutes of deep cleaning or decluttering or cleaning in one of the zones. If you like every day, you could do that instead. It's really up to you how you customize this. I will say something about the Flylady cleaning routine is it is on the more time-consuming side as far as cleaning routines go. And so it's not one that I necessarily recommend as the go-to for working homemakers. As a homemaker who works myself, it didn't work for me. It took too much time, and I found that some tasks were still getting missed that I needed done, or some tasks weren't done as often as I needed them done, which is why I developed my personal cleaning routine. But another cleaning routine that I would recommend for working homemakers is the Clean Mama routine, and you can check out my videos where I go into detail about that routine and method and how to do that instead. One blogger I even have read from said that when she calculated up all of Flylady's tasks and you did everything in the routine to perfection, it could take about 4 hours a day, which is why it is definitely more of a routine for the stay-at-home homemaker who is managing the household as her full-time job. Of course, it is reflected in that in the sense that there is a lot of like executive things, there's a lot of self-care things that are in there that you can definitely take out of the routine if you want to make it shorter. Overall, Flylady emphasizes establishing routines and systems in your home, as well as decluttering it so that there's less to clean in and of itself to help you be able to have that clean, tidy home and escape the chaos, or can't have anyone over syndrome, as she calls it. So if you want more information about the Flylady routine, I recommend checking out flylady.net. And if you want more information on my own cleaning routine and how it compares to Flylady, be sure to check out my video on that. We'll see you next time, domestic darlings.
It's hard to be true to one when I'm not built that way.